Have you ever wondered why your life has always felt like it was moving beneath the surface of something far greater than what others seem to experience? Why your emotions feel deeper, your thoughts more intense, your presence both magnetic and misunderstood? Why you've never fully belonged to the world yet somehow feel destined to transform it? These aren't just random traits, they are signals. Signals that you might be something far rarer than you realize. You may be what mystics, teachers, and ancient prophecies called an Omega-level chosen one. And if that phrase activates something in your soul, then you already know this isn't just a video, it's a calling. We are not here to convince you of anything. We are here to help you remember. Because what you're about to hear is not new, it's ancient. Buried deep in your bones, encrypted in your energy field, and whispered in your dreams. These are the truths you've always known but had no language for. And in this moment, in this space, we're going to unlock 7 hidden abilities that only Omega-level chosen ones carry. Not abilities in the conventional sense, but spiritual technologies, divine codes, and multidimensional functions that activate when you're ready to embody who you really are. Let's begin with the first ability, and perhaps the most misunderstood. The ability to feel what others cannot survive. Omega-level chosen ones are emotional alchemists. You don't just feel your pain, you absorb the emotional density of those around you, of your ancestors, even of collective consciousness. You've likely spent years thinking something was wrong with you, too sensitive, too intense, too much. But in truth, you were never broken. You were built to carry and transmute. Your heart is not a weakness. It is a crucible. And the reason you've been through so much pain is not to punish you, but to refine you. Ask yourself right now, what emotions have I been carrying that were never mine to begin with? The second hidden ability is the power to collapse false timelines. Without realizing it, you've likely walked away from relationships, systems, and identities that everyone around you said were perfect. Careers that looked successful, paths that seemed stable. But deep inside, your soul wouldn't let you stay. Why? Because you were built to destabilize illusion. Omega-level chosen ones don't just awaken to the truth, they embody it. And in doing so, they dismantle everything that isn't real. This is why your presence can make people uncomfortable. Not because you're aggressive, but because your energy exposes what they're hiding. You are a walking reality shift. Have you noticed how your life seems to enter chaos right before a breakthrough? That's not a coincidence. That's your field rejecting anything that isn't aligned with your soul's frequency. The third ability is the gift of quantum empathy, not just sensing emotions, but merging with the essence of another being. This is dangerous if you don't know how to wield it. It can lead you into codependency, burnout, or losing your own center. But when cultivated, it becomes a divine weapon. You can feel the future of a person. You can see the truth behind their mask. You can communicate with their soul even when their ego is in resistance. This is why people are drawn to you, confess their secrets, and feel seen in your presence. You are a soul mirror, and that mirror doesn't lie. But this gift requires boundaries. You must learn to enter empathy with awareness, not as a sponge, but as a seer. Otherwise, you risk drowning in what you are meant to heal. The fourth hidden ability that Omega-level chosen ones possess is the ability to communicate with non-linear intelligence. This may have shown up in your life as visions, dreams, synchronicities, downloads, or even auditory messages that enter your mind with clarity and precision. You may have doubted these moments, dismissed them as imagination. But the truth is, you are wired to receive multidimensional data from higher realms. You are a receiver of divine intelligence. And often this intelligence will come through symbols, numbers, or sensations rather than words. The key is not to interpret everything logically, but to listen with your energy body. What messages have been repeating in your life lately? What synchronicities are trying to get your attention? The universe is not random, it is precise. And you are its translator.
Click subscribe to this channel to get more profound insights.
And now we reach a pivotal point in this journey. The fifth ability is the capacity to birth new archetypes into the world. This might sound abstract, but it is profoundly practical. You were not sent here to fix the old world. You were sent here to create a new one. The old systems, education, government, relationships, religion are collapsing because they were never built to hold divine consciousness. Omega-level chosen ones are not here to rebel. We are here to reimagine. You hold codes that humanity hasn't seen before. New ways of loving, new ways of leading, new ways of healing. That's why you've never quite fit into any box. Because you are the blueprint. And when you stop trying to belong, you start to build what others will one day call home. But with great vision comes great resistance. The sixth hidden ability is the power to endure profound spiritual isolation without losing yourself. This is perhaps the most painful aspect of the Omega experience. We lose friends. We outgrow teachers. We sit in silence while the rest of the world screams for attention. Not because we're broken, but because we are being taught how to source from within. If you felt abandoned, misunderstood, or unseen, know this: you are not alone. You are being placed in cosmic quarantine not to punish you, but to protect your frequency while it stabilizes. And once your light is strong enough to hold itself, the right people will find you not because you seek them, but because they are magnetized by your authenticity. Can you sit with yourself in the silence long enough to meet the part of you that never left? Finally, the seventh ability, the rarest and most sacred of all, is the power to remember your divine origin while remaining fully human. Most spiritual seekers ascend into transcendence and forget the body. Others stay grounded in the world and forget their spirit. But you, the Omega-level chosen one, are here to bridge the two. You are not here to escape the earth. You are here to sanctify it, to walk as both star and soil, cosmos and clay. This is the true mastery, to hold light in one hand and shadow in the other, and love them both equally. You are not here to be perfect. You are here to be whole, and your wholeness is the medicine this world has been waiting for. So ask yourself now, in the stillness of your own breath, which of these abilities have I been hiding from? Which ones have I feared, suppressed, or doubted? What would happen if I stopped apologizing for my power and started embodying it? Not for ego, but for truth. Not for validation, but for the liberation of everyone my light touches. You are not here by accident. You click this video because your soul is ready. Ready to remember. Ready to rise. Ready to lead not from the front but from within. And the world is already changing because you're beginning to see yourself clearly. Now that you've begun to awaken to the 7 hidden abilities of the Omega-level chosen one, the real journey begins not outward, but inward. Because these gifts are not merely tools to be used, they are aspects of your essence to be embodied. And embodiment demands something more than understanding. It demands confrontation. It asks you to sit silently with the weight of your own power and ask, can I carry this without collapsing under it? Can I be trusted with this light without losing myself in it? One of the most common traps for the Omega-level chosen one is the temptation to disown the very things that make you powerful. Because the world has not been kind to those who carry truth. You may have been ridiculed for your sensitivity, shamed for your intensity, rejected for your clarity. And so, like many of us, you learn to dim. You learn to hide behind humility, to wear masks of normalcy, to pretend you didn't see what you saw or feel what you felt. But the truth is, you were never meant to fit in. You were meant to disrupt. You were meant to awaken. And your discomfort in the world is not a flaw, it's a compass. It's pointing you toward the very places that need your medicine. Let's revisit the first ability we uncovered. The capacity to feel what others cannot survive. How many times have you been overwhelmed by emotion and not known why? How often have you walked into a room and immediately felt the tension, the grief, the unspoken stories lingering in the air? This is not imagination. This is data. You are receiving emotional intelligence on a level that most cannot comprehend. But without training, this gift can feel like a curse. You must learn to discern, is this mine or am I processing for the field? You must create sacred space daily to cleanse your emotional body not as a luxury, but as a necessity. This is why practices like breath work, grounding, and energy clearing are not optional for you. They are your spiritual hygiene. The second ability, collapsing false timelines, requires even more discernment. Every time you say no to something that isn't aligned, you are collapsing a potential reality. That is power, but it's also responsibility. Because the ego loves to destroy in the name of truth, but without love, that destruction becomes violence. You must learn to wield your discernment like a blade of light, precise, compassionate, and clean. Not every path that ends is a failure. Some endings are liberations. Some exits are divine interventions. Trust your inner knowing even when it makes no logical sense. Trust that your soul sees what your mind cannot. And when everyone around you is questioning your path, ask yourself, am I willing to disappoint others in order to remain loyal to my truth? Empathy without boundaries becomes martyrdom. Empathy with mastery becomes telepathy. This is the third ability, and it is sacred. You must begin to understand that your emotional body is not just a vessel for feeling, it is a portal for communion. You can feel someone's soul signature before they speak. You can detect lies not with logic, but with sensation. But to wield this gift, you must stop abandoning your own energy in order to merge with others. You must become sovereign. Imagine your energy field as a temple. Who are you letting walk inside uninvited? Who are you carrying out of obligation, guilt, or fear? The Omega-level chosen one must learn to love without losing themselves. Compassion is not self-erasure. It is clarity in motion. As we go deeper, the fourth ability, communicating with non-linear intelligence, comes online in waves. You may begin to notice patterns in numbers, sequences in dreams, or flashes of insight that feel like they come from nowhere. But it's not nowhere. It's everywhere. The Akasha is speaking to you. The quantum field is responding to you, and your job is not to decode everything intellectually. Your job is to listen, to surrender to the intuitive stream that flows beneath language. Begin to keep a sacred journal, not for writing what you already know, but for tracking what is being revealed. Write your dreams. Track your synchronicities. Ask questions before you sleep and record the answers when you wake. Over time, you will see that you are not alone in this journey. You are in constant dialogue with the cosmos. The fifth ability, the power to birth new archetypes, requires courage beyond human comprehension. Because to embody something the world has never seen before means you will be misunderstood, criticized, even feared. But the Omega-level chosen one does not seek approval. You create blueprints not to be accepted, but to anchor what's next. You are the future remembering itself. Every time you choose the pathless path, you are carving new codes into the collective matrix. And yes, it is lonely. Yes, it is thankless. But it is also divine. Stop waiting for permission. No one will give it to you. You must give it to yourself. You must trust that the very thing that makes you different is the very thing that makes you essential. And now we must talk about the sixth ability, the spiritual endurance to remain centered in isolation. This is the crucible that forges your frequency. When the initiations come, and they will, you must remember that solitude is not exile. It is sacred preparation. In the silence, you begin to hear the frequencies of your own soul. In the stillness, you remember your original instructions. Stop trying to fill the space with noise, distraction, or validation. Let the silence stretch. Let the emptiness speak. Because in that void, a deeper truth arises. You are not alone. You never were. You are surrounded by counsels, guides, ancestors, and allies who have walked with you across lifetimes. But they will not interfere until you ask. So ask. Invite them, commune with them, and then listen. And finally, we return to the seventh and most sacred ability, the remembrance of your divine origin while remaining fully human. This is the paradox you must learn to hold. You are not here to escape your humanity. You are here to infuse it with divinity. Every tear, every breath, every mundane task is an opportunity to bring heaven to earth. Stop separating the spiritual from the practical. Your divinity is not only in your meditations, it is in your meals, your relationships, your service. The Omega level chosen one does not ascend by leaving the world behind. We ascend by becoming fully present inside of it, by loving what is hard to love, by honoring what is easy to ignore, by remembering that God is not somewhere far away but breathing through your skin, speaking through your voice, and living through your choices. So now we must ask, what would it look like for you to stop running from yourself, to stop minimizing your knowing, your fire, your frequency? What would happen if you gave yourself full permission to become who you were before the world told you to forget? This isn't about ego. This is about embodiment. This is the return of the original you, the you that remembers why you came, what you carry, and who you serve. Because the Omega level chosen one is not a title. It is a vibration, a frequency, a sacred responsibility. And as you begin to embody these abilities, not perfectly but authentically, you become a living portal. You become the mirror that helps others remember. You become the proof that awakening is not only possible, it is inevitable. You are not here to be liked. You are here to be true. You are not here to follow. You are here to lead from within. And the more you trust what you feel, what you see, what you know, the more the world begins to rearrange itself around your frequency. This is not magic. This is alignment. This is resonance. This is the path of the Omega. Now that we've walked through the 7 hidden abilities of the Omega level chosen one and faced the sacred confrontation of power, we arrive at the most delicate and potent stage of the journey, embodiment. Because knowledge without embodiment is noise. Power without embodiment is chaos. You must now become what you've remembered, not just in thought or belief, but in presence, vibration, choice, and action. This is where the real alchemy begins, not in the realms of theory, but in the crucible of daily life. The Omega path is not about escaping the world, it is about transforming it from the inside out, by first transforming yourself. You are not here to perform your gifts, you are here to live them. That means embodying your ability to feel deeply, even when it overwhelms you. It means showing up with your full emotional truth, even when it makes others uncomfortable. Emotional mastery isn't about control, it's about capacity. Can you hold your grief without shutting down? Can you express your rage without wounding? Can you love without attachment and walk away without bitterness? These are the deeper initiations of the emotional alchemist. The Omega level chosen one does not avoid emotion. We become the vessel through which emotion evolves. And through this, we become safe spaces for the entire planet to feel again. Collapsing false timelines is no longer a dramatic act. It becomes ordinary. You start to notice how your subtle yes or no choices rearrange entire karmic structures. You choose not to reply to a message and it prevents a loop of unnecessary pain. You say yes to a path that terrifies you and a new world opens. The Omega level chosen one walks with precision, not control, not rigidity, but clarity. Because when you know who you are, you don't walk into every door, you wait for the one that vibrates with your name. And when you walk through it, the entire universe aligns to support your movement. This is the magic hidden in integrity. This is the power of energetic coherence. Empathy moves from emotion into intuition. That's when you realize that Omega level empathy was never just about feeling others, it was about seeing patterns across dimensions. You begin to read people not just through their words, but their fields. You hear the frequency beneath the language. You feel the generational pain behind a simple sentence, and yet you don't carry it anymore. You witness it, you honor it, but you stay in your own center. This is the Omega balance, deeply connected yet completely sovereign. You are not here to rescue anyone. You are here to remember them into their own power. And as you refine this intuitive capacity, your communication with non-linear intelligence becomes natural. You no longer question whether the signs are real, you respond to them. You follow the nudge. You honor the dream. You take the detour because you feel the pull. And then life begins to move around you like a dance. You are no longer following a linear path, you are surfing the quantum field. You begin to realize that time is not fixed, that reality is plastic, and that your choices are not bound by logic. You are living in a state of divine conversation, and the more you trust it, the louder it gets. The more you surrender, the more life reveals its secrets to you. Your creative power, the ability to birth new archetypes, now becomes visible to those around you. You stop trying to explain yourself. You start embodying the new codes so fully that others feel the shift just by being near you. You don't need to change them. You simply exist in your truth, and that truth becomes contagious. This is why embodiment is the highest form of teaching. You are not here to convince. You are here to radiate. And when you do, those who are ready will feel it. They will be activated by your presence. Not because of what you say, but because of who you are. The solitude no longer feels like punishment. It becomes your temple. You realize that your isolation was never about rejection, it was about refinement. You were being purified, stripped of false identities, emptied of attachments, so that your true essence could emerge. The Omega level chosen one understands that solitude is not loneliness. It is a sacred space where the soul grows roots deep into eternity. And from this space, you begin to attract from alignment, not from need. The people, opportunities, and places that find you now are not random. They are soul-coded matches responding to the frequency of your embodiment. And now, the final embodiment, remembering your divine origin while living fully human. This is where the Omega level chosen one becomes a bridge between dimensions. You are not here to float above the world, you are here to walk it barefoot with sacred awareness. To sit in traffic and feel the breath of God. To wash the dishes and hear the voice of your ancestors. To look into the eyes of a stranger and recognize the cosmos. This is not spiritual bypassing. This is spiritual integration. You become the living proof that enlightenment is not a destination but a way of being. That the divine lives not in the clouds but in the ordinary miracle of your existence. So we must ask as we close this chapter, what would it take for you to become a living transmission of truth? Not tomorrow, not when you're finally ready, but now, in this breath, in this moment. Can you walk through the world as the full expression of what your soul remembers? Can you let go of the fear that you're too much, too strange, too different, and finally understand that you are exactly what this world needs? Because the Omega level chosen one is not a role. It is a state of being. It is the frequency of one who has remembered their origin, walked through the fire of forgetting, and returned to embody the light in a world of shadow. You are the dawn in human form. You are the prayer your ancestors whispered into the void. You are the echo of a future timeline that is pulling itself into the now through you. So rise not in arrogance, not in ego, but in reverence. Rise in silence. Rise in power, rise in truth, and let your life become the altar upon which the world remembers its divinity. You are not becoming the Omega level chosen one. You already are. Now